guys, Miss Corcoran here, and welcome to the third edition of the TylerSpangler ongoing saga. So today we are going to do a pattern background, and then we are going to make a shape and fill it with a color, and that is it. So right now you can see I have this polka dot blur background, and that is a really cool effect, and it's easy to do, and I'm going to show you how to do it now in Photoshop. So actually what you need to do first is create a new file. You're just going to go File New, and I want the inches. You could either do like 1 by 1 or 2 by 2, as long as it's a square. And then we are going to go over here in your 3 dots, and if you hold that down, you'll see a bunch more tools pop up. Just look for the shape tools. Now in Photoshop, they're hidden more because they're not used nearly as often. In Illustrator, these ones are used every day, and so they're in the main tool bar. But this one you kind of have to search for them. So here it is, the ellipse tool. You don't have to use an ellipse. You can use a rectangle if you're doing like stripes or the polygon. It just depends, like whatever you're doing. So I'm going to do ellipse just because I'm making a circle today. And I'm going to make sort of an oval pattern. And you can see it automatically fills with black, even though yellow is on there. Okay, now you are going to go to Filter, Blur, and there's all sorts of different blurs you can do. So many. I actually have never used the shape blur tool, and that's what I did today, and it was really funny. So I'm going to show you that one, but you can do motion blur. That's kind of the most basic one. And then you can just say rasterize, and that's fine. And here you can see my shape is an elephant. Why? I don't know. Let's do boats. And every time you do this shape, it just like blurs the polka dot a little differently. I'm very curious as to what this is actually used for, because I have to say I don't know. Okay. That one looks fine. We'll do the pirate ship. Okay. And you can scale this up and down. And I think that's good. And then I'm going to say okay. And there you go. Then you are going to go to Edit, Define Pattern, say okay. And that is all. So then you're going to go back to your original image and go to your background layer at the bottom. Make sure that it's unlocked. And then if you double click right here, it will come up to your layer style panel. And then you go all the way down to pattern overlay. And you are going to select your pattern. So that was my first one. I kind of like my second one a little better. And you can scale it up and down, and it will live change in your project. I still think that's a little big. That's pretty good. I just want to make sure I can still see the blur. And then you just say okay. And that's it. That's how you do a pattern background. Now, you can, if you're going off the deep end with this, Command J. So you literally have 2 of these. This one you can move over and change your blending mode. And depending on which one you change, you could potentially get here we go. You could potentially get another appearance of the dots on top of these dots. I haven't really found the right one. Okay. So that one's not working for me, so I'm just going to delete it. But it could be working for you. So there's your background. Now, the second thing is we're going to do this shape right here. So that one's super easy too. You're just going to use the pen tool. There's your pen tool. It's also P for pen, like in Illustrator. And you are just going to click, click, and I'm going to make a whole closed path. Go back to your 0. And then you can say shape, and then you can fill it with whatever color you want. It's not working, go to paint bucket. And then you can just go ahead and click on that. And once you're in the paint bucket, you can change it to any color you want. There's the green, I like the green. Okay, and then if you hit your move, you can move it. Command T, you can transform it. And you can also do the same kind of filters that you did on the dots too, if you wanted to blur it. There's so many things you can do. We can just do like a regular old Gaussian blur. And you can see you get that really, really blurry background there. So I'm going to do that one, and then this one I'm actually going to bring this shape on top of the other shape. And just make this a lot smaller. All right, so I have shapes, more shapes, and a pattern background. And that is the end of video 3.